Alright, we're back for round 3. Won the die roll. Like to play first. Avacyn's Pilgrim, Gaia's Cradle, Wall of Blossoms. Can't mulligan this. We even have our double blue sources. Seems pretty good. Even if they kill the Avacyn's Pilgrim, we'll still have a Gaia's Cradle that actually taps for mana, which, not gonna lie, is pretty sweet. Oh boy. So you could see if a turn 2 sort of Fire and Ice causes a concession again. I think I'm just going to play the Viper though. If he doesn't have a turn 2 play, we can start getting in for cards with the Viper, and we'll see what sort of deck he's playing against. We really don't have any idea what sort of deck this guy is playing. I would assume it's some sort of white control deck, just because people like playing control. Let's see what his reaction to this is. He could have... Yeah, as you can see, all you need to do is play Sword of Fire and Ice and people just concede. He was playing white. Maybe it's some sort of Armageddon Ravages of War deck. I really don't know, because people are conceding way too fast. Way too fast. There was no reason to concede there. I mean, maybe if you just don't like playing Magic, but if you don't like playing Magic, why are you doing the Holiday Cube? Again, very tempted by the black splash here, but the thing is, black gives us Corpse Dance, which is pretty bad. We don't have a lot of synergy with it, so when we have 5 blue spells that we really like, and we only have 4 black spells that are good, and I think that, Ancestral Recall is powerful enough. The only advantage that playing black would give us is that it's only single black mana sources, as opposed to blue, which has double blue, which can be a challenge. Do I want to add a land? Yeah, I think I like going up to 16 lands. Genesis Wave, it's such a win more card. We're up a game, and I want to play a little bit more conservatively, just to sort of make us consistent, hit all our mana, because we have so many awesome... I mean, imagine if we had played Stunted Growth against him, put 3 cards from his hand on the top of his deck. Stunted Growth would have gotten him pretty good. We just want to hit our land drops, and 15 lands is a little loose. No mulligan. We're a little land heavy, a little bit punished, but our Arbor Elf will tap for blue mana, which is kind of cool. Another land. I did say I wanted to hit my land drop, so I can't complain too much. Wall of Blossoms will draw us a card, which will be pretty good. Okay, white-black. He'll probably take the Wall of Blossoms, I guess. Not really sure. Either way, it's sad. I wasn't casting the Frost Titan for a long time anyway, so I'm not too bummed about it. It's, again, not great. I would love to... Ooh. So this is going to be a turn 3 natural order against a white-black deck. That seems really good. I'm going to sacrifice this Wall of Blossoms. Provided it lives. He could have a Wrath effect, which would be very good, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Not play your natural order? That's obviously wrong. Also, Glen Elendra Archmage is also very good. So, If we do play the Natural Order NT Wraths, we will get our Frost Titan back and he'll lose these two guys. So even if he does have a Wrath, I think it's still correct to play the Natural Order. In a couple of turns we'll have Garruk Primal Hunter as well, and that's going to dominate the board probably. Also if he Wraths, this guy will no longer be available and the flying is pretty good against us. So I'm going to sacrifice this Wall of Blossoms. It's pretty useless. I'm going to get, I think, the Simic Sky Swallower. It's just a really solid threat. It blocks really well, attacks really well. I mean, what else am I getting, right? Deranged Hermit, I would have to sacrifice it, and I would just be getting a bunch of 1/1s, so Sky Swallower it is. Doing broken things on turn 3. That's why you play these Arbor Elves, because it really helps you just accelerate a turn ahead of where you would normally be. I mean, Natural Order is normally a turn 4 play, so to play it on turn 3 makes it even more broken, and we didn't even lose any cards because we sacrificed a Wall of Blossoms. So, all in all, I feel pretty good. He shouldn't have conceded game 1 so quickly because, you know, now he's up against this really tough situation. It's pretty good. Pretty good play. Gonna tap these 4 things, I think. Hit him for 6. We're gonna be ahead in the race because of Obstinate Baloth, so we just want to get him under pressure. If we're putting our opponent under pressure, that makes us Tangle Wire worse because Tangle Wire really only works when you're ahead on board. He's gonna have to. Oh, he also ordered his triggers wrong, so he's gonna have to tap 4 things as opposed to 3 things, which is worth pointing out. Whenever you're playing Tangle Wire or Smokestack, you have to make sure you get your triggers right. You click on... What do you click on? You click on this one first, so that this one happens first. You remove the Fade counter so you don't have to tap as many permanents. He's going to have to tap 4 permanents instead of 3. It's interesting, all 3 rounds we've played against players who didn't really understand the full intricacies of their own decks, which is, I'm not going to lie, pretty nice. He did leave the Basilica untapped, which is fairly smart, so we'll give him credit for that. But yeah, I'm not too scared. This has Shroud, so he can't Path of Exile it. Bone Splinter, don't care. That's a little bit better, but we can still erase that. He'll hit us for 2, and gain 2 life, go to 16. It's okay, we'll go to 18. And I think we'll hold back this Arbor Elf to potentially trade with a Near Heath Pilgrim, or at least dissuade it from attacking. Play the Noble Hierarch, get an extra point of damage in with Exalted. We're just trying to put him under as much pressure as possible. There's really no reason not to. Because we've got this Obstinate Baloth, which can gain us 4 life at any point. Let's see if he stacks the triggers correctly this time. He needs to click on this first so that this happens first. It's a little bit counterintuitive. Tangle Wire. It's a powerful card. He could actually tap the Bone Splinter, which is kind of a neat interaction. Let's see if he sees that. I think he will. I think last turn he realized that he didn't play his Tangle Wire correctly, so he wants to make sure, because all he needs to tap now is the Bone Splinter and the Tangle Wire, and he really has no downside from this. So we'll see what he does. If he Wraths, I'm not really scared of a Wrath anymore. He's looks like a creature-heavy deck. Soltari champion. It's fine. So he's the white weenie deck. Not a bad deck. I've been known to play it sometimes as well. Now this is interesting. He'll attach the Bone Splinter to either this or this. So he's this. That means that he can't do anything to this in the middle of combat. So we can block this quite well, which also means he can't attack with it. So, we have a lot of mana. I think I'm comfortable just, you can never have too much mana, though. So I'm just going to take the damage. I was considering chumping there, but it seems wrong. So we have to tap 2 permanents. I think I'll tap a couple of forests. Give us the most flexibility. Yeah. So now we have a couple of options. If we hit him for 7, he goes down. I'm wondering if I have to do some math here. Because we can play the Glenolindra Archmage and counter any non-creature spell, which could be very good. Or we could just play the Obstinate Baloth, which is also quite good. We're hitting for 7, then 7 again. This is a pretty good blocker. Quite a good blocker. This is going to attack as a 3/2, so I definitely want to have a blocker for that can trade with it to get this lifelink off the table. It's either Obstinate Baloth or Glenolindra Archmage. Garruk Primal Hunter is good, but he's going to have too much evasion, so he'll be able to kill it. So it's not really what I want to be doing. Although I could just use it to draw a whole crap ton of creatures. Let's get an Obstinate Baloth, gain some life. We basically negated his last attack there, although him gaining life is useful. We have good blocks now for the Nearheath Pilgrim or the Tide Hollow Sculler. He could attack for free with this, this, and this, but the only problem there is that he's not getting the lifelink if he doesn't attack with these 2 things. I probably would have attached the lifelink to the Stillmoon Cavalier because having the evasion on the lifelink guy is pretty solid, although, you know, who knows. Bone Splinter. I mean, if you put the Bone Splinter on the Stillmoon Cavalier, you can give it flying and first strike with enough mana to actually make it block the Sky Swallower favorably. That's pretty good. 2 Anthem effects. Yeah. I can't begrudge him this play. The nice thing is that he can't target the Sky Swallower with the Spear of Heliod, so I think we've still got the game fairly in hand. We'll see what he attacks with, yeah. So we'll get our Frost Titan back. We'll take a bunch of damage, but we'll be in good shape. I think I'll probably chump with an Arbor Elf because we've... yeah, I'll chump with an Arbor Elf. We'll trade Tide Hollow Sculler with Baloth. We take a bunch of damage, but unless he's got a removal spell, or no, maybe he's just giving this flying. Yeah, he's just giving this flying. That's fine. Honestly, that is just really does nothing because I wasn't going to block this anyway. Yeah, flying in first strike. He would have honestly been better just holding up the mana to like threaten something like a Path of Exile or something like that. So he's going to gain a bunch of life, 10 life. We're going to take a bunch as well. It's possible we lose this game.